Hello, welcome to Sunday in the shed. It's Claire, and every Sunday I bring you a little bit of something creative that you can do with your own hands to keep you busy. And in today, we're going to be getting our sewing machines out. Well, I'm getting my sewing machine out. You could actually still do this by hand, but if you've got a sewing machine, it's much easier. And we're going to make a really simple, basic envelope cushion for the garden. We'll shower proof it from any material that you have on hand, so you don't have to go out and buy one. You can just use what you've already got at home. Before we do that, some of you that have been here before may notice that the shed has had a little bit of an upgrade because my sister came a couple of days ago, and I thought maybe I could show you how that went and how we got here before we get into sewing our cushion. Got some leftover gingham fabric. I bought it to originally make curtains for the living room, but I didn't buy enough and there was never any more in stock when I went back to IKEA. But what I did do was make an absolutely gorgeous huge bow for my outdoor wreath at Christmas, and I've got plenty left over to be able to make some really simple slip cushions. Can't wait. I love making these kind of cushions. I don't do a lot of seamstress stuff. I'm not very technical, so I don't make clothes, but cushions I can do. Before we get into that, I really must give you an update on how we got here, because Friday we were really busy and my sister came over. So maybe we'll cut to that now and then I'll bring you back so that we can crack on. I started so early on Friday. We started with stripping everything out, completely emptied it onto the patio, and thankfully it was a really dry day because I don't know what I would have done had it been raining. Vinyl was arriving at 10:30, so I knew I had till 10:30, and then my sister was coming at about midday, so I knew I had the morning to do it. So I stripped everything out, I filled all the holes, forgot to film that bit actually. I did silicone seal it in all the joints. Then I went head on in, not insulated, but I did want it to do as much draft proofing as I could possibly do. Gaffer tape on all the joints on the floor, on any holes. I put gaffer tape up the edges as well, of the side, of the bottom. Yeah, filled everything. And the only bit I've still got left to do is on the tops there. I've not got the expanding foam gun to work yet, so I will do that. And then this week I'm gonna fit some vents, because if you don't fit a vent, people keep telling me if I don't fit a vent, it's going to get full of condensation and everything's going to get mouldy and stuffy in here. So I will need to do that soon, and then also maybe get a dehumidifier. But I don't really know about that, and whether the only ones I've ever seen are absolutely huge. So if you've got any recommendations of dehumidifiers, do let me know. Then once the lino had arrived, was actually time for me to fit it, and that was actually really fun. I really enjoyed getting out, and thankfully both the drive was completely empty, so I rolled it out, cut it. I did cut it, a teensy weensy, about that much too short at the back, so I've just had the gaffer tape up the back. Now everything's done, I can do a sort of final costing of how much it cost to put together this summer house, including the fact that this summer house was a gift. Everything else we've paid for, the fitting, the roofing, the flooring, all of that. It was just the shell of the summer house that was a gift from a company for Forest Gardens sent that to me. We can go back a couple of days and you can watch me and my older sister try and make some sense of this space. I have my sister with me today. This is Kristy, and she is going to help me put this shed together, because finally, if you've been here before, you know that I've got a summer house studio that is going to be using for making all my crafts, and the last few weeks we've been doing a little bit more to get it going. So what are we up to today?
I think we're going to be styling it today, aren't we?
I'm so excited. She's way better stylist than I am. I'll show you where everything is at the minute, and then so currently, like, the whole summer house is in the garden. There is stuff everywhere, but like, I painted everything, I filled all the gaps up, I've draft proofed it, and we have a floor down. I was umming and ahhing about what to do about the floor, but I think that this was the best choice, because we've put vinyl down and I think it's going to be just perfect. I'm going to start by bringing the table in, because that's the only thing that we know for sure where it's going. This is only temporary, that floor there, so watch yourself. It's so cute. I know, it looks so good, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's such a cute mechanism.
It just stays
up. It just stays up like that. Put it about there usually. Yeah. We put the big red shelves in next. Up. Yeah, that's true. Oh look, what if I didn't have to put any stuff on these things? Just leave them.
I know, yeah.
You have them like.
That's what I'm wondering whether to have them separate and
Something
have
in.
the thing in the middle, the white thing in the middle.
That's an interesting thought. Oh my gosh, is it gonna fit?
Yeah!
Table, the two shelves, this area that we're going to create some sort of like a dressed area. This can be maybe some, I've got this twin slot that I'm going to put on. Big storage that's going to be like a tool station, all my equipment, still all the stuff to sort out. Obviously the pup had to come and join us. Getting really so organised. I'm so happy. If you haven't got a disco ball yet, you really should. But I think we're pretty much there for what we can do for today. I'm going to live with it for a little bit. And here we go, here we are. It's looking way more organised. The option of putting some sort of display at the back, which I think she was absolutely right. My new David Shrigley print. The table is going to always be here because that is the best spot for lighting. To get some better shelves for it, I only had a little bit of wood, scrap wood, but the twin slots there will be great, and I'll be able to put them in different places as well, actually. Nosy.
Well, nice this.
Yeah. And then on the buses, so I put it on. I did the floor.
The studio now.
I know, isn't it?
Proper clean this.
What do you think? What's your verdict?
I love it. A good day's work.
Maybe a little bit more art, and I don't know what to do with that chair yet. Whether I want something that's maybe on wheels. It's a bit easier. Might even just put that on wheels. What tent the ceiling? What colour do you think?
I'm not sure. Maybe a stripe of some kind.
I think a stripe could work, couldn't it? Like it still definitely does give it a bit of a orangey glow in there, which I don't want.
That's what I think.
A bit of window.
I think I do like.
I think I'd like some little. What about some little round ones?
In the side.
Little round windows to add.
Or one. You could have
either
one
way.
there and one there.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, just
Yeah.
it's super dark here.
I know. I agree. What do we think then? A little like porthole there. I think. If you're going to do an outdoor cushion, I'd say use something washable, like polyester. These are like just polyester fillers. And then you want to cut your piece of fabric into a rectangle on the cushion size you've got. I don't bother measuring, I'm not going to lie, I do it by eye. I need it to be able to fold and fold. We are measure with our hearts kind of people. If you want proper measurements, all you need to search is an envelope cushion, and somebody I'm sure will have a much better tutorial. We say we need 2 centimetres. You do want it to be nice and snug when it goes on. There's nothing worse than a soggy cushion cover. You know, when it's slightly saggy and a bit baggy. It's like having a baggy bra. It just don't work. And then make a seam there as well. So we'll go up and over. The beauty of sewing with gingham is that you always have a straight line you can cut on, so you never go wonky. Right, so let's get the seams done. And they're threaded, we're ready, we're on the right stitching, we're on the right tension. This is a two-way fabric, so it doesn't matter, but you want to make sure if you haven't got a two-way fabric that you sew in the seam so it folds in on the non-patterned side. Let's go. Please do not expect a sewing bee standard of sewing from me. I can sew in a straight line. Well, I can nearly sew in a straight line. A double fold just on the one that is going to be on show. Seam's done. Oh, can you hear the ice cream then? Okay. Decide where we want the fold. Double seamed one. That needs to go on first because that's the one that's going to flip in the other side. Where do I want it? About there. And sew along that edge. Check your spool. She's looking good. There's nothing worse than getting halfway through your sewing to realise that your spool had gone. We're still sewing. It's so frustrating. We're just going to check our cushion now and see if it will fit. Can you? So where do we want it? Yeah, there. So this one you want to start just a little bit over the join. Repeat. We've got our little pocket forming there. How exciting is that? Right. Get it on. Here we are. We're nearly in. And back again, just to seal the deal. This is the inside out. So you can see that's the side, the seam. You've got your little pouch there that we're going to turn the right way round to make it fit over the cushion. You could press this if you wanted to. You could iron it. I never bother. But you can. I used pinking shears just so that the edges don't fray so easily. But you could just you could have double hemmed that if you wanted to. That's what it looks like inside out before you turn it right way around. Magic happens now. We're going to turn it inside out. This is so exciting. It's always so satisfying. Turn it right way in, not inside out. Right, of threads that you just get rid of them. I can clean up later. Push the corners out. Press it if you want to. I'm not going to bother. But you could press it and make it look really, really super neat, all the corners. But we're just going to pat our bottoms on the outside, so I'm not actually going to bother. There's your cushion cover, your little envelope cushion cover. Let's shove our cushion in. That I want to do as well. So that's your cushion cover. It's a bit like a pillowcase one. It's a bit of the principle how a pillowcase works. So there you go. There we go. And how cute is that? This is how it looks on the outside. You've just got your envelope there. I actually prefer them to zip ones as well. I just think they're so much easier to do. So satisfying when that happens. The pattern I can get to match. Could just leave it like that if you want to, obviously, because it's just a cushion cover. You can put it inside. But if you did want to waterproof it and you do want it for outside, let me show you what you can do. This stuff is going to be your best friend. It's an Awning Reproofer. It helps it to be more waterproof again, this stuff. And there's loads of versions, but I will find a way. I will link this in my Amazon shop for you so you can actually go in and see what it is. And I've used this so many times outside. I'm actually, on this occasion, going to leave the cushion in because I'm hoping that it might soak in a little bit and at least give a little bit of protection to the cushion as well underneath. It's not going to be great for downpours, and it does slightly change the texture of the fabric. You might not want to use it on something if you're just enjoying the fabric. If you would want it to be diligent enough just to put those cushions away, but it's not always like that when you're outside. Sometimes you do get caught out a little bit and you've left something out and you've forgotten, and so having something like this is perfect. I'm going to take this outside, give it a spray. Oh. Leave it to dry, then we'll come back and I'll show you how it looks afterwards. Can you see it? Oh. Can you see it just running off? Hopefully you can see it. Anyway. Oh, it looks perfect on there. Look, even the dog likes it. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Sunday in the Shed. I hope you had a little bit of fun. I hope you were inspired to make your own garden cushion. If you do give this a go, do let me know. Until next time, bye.